Hello again, my dudes. This is Kadima again with one more build for God of War Ragnarok. This time, build focused on early to mid range gameplay. So, if you have been playing God of War Ragnarok, especially for those on Give Me God of War difficulty, and you're kind of struggling with what is the best armor to go with around this time of the game, just for you to locate yourselves. Um, we are just about to go to back to Svartalfheim to craft the spear. Um, so the mission we are on um, is travel to Svartalfheim. I do not wish to kill Heimdall, but I will do so to protect Atreus. If the dwarven smith can form a weapon suited for the task, I will have it. So this is just before you leave to Svartalfheim. So for this build, we are currently at level 4, nearly level 5. And if you have been playing the game and doing as many side quests and exploring as much as possible, you should have access to all of these attachments and weapon attachments, shield attachments, whatever, and enough materials to upgrade the armor to the same level that I've got at the moment. So for this build, we are using Lunda's armor set. Um, we currently have the chest at level 6. Now just waiting to get our hands on more Asgardian ingots to be able to push the wrists and the waists up to level 6 as well. So this particular armor set, as you probably have seen it before, it increases the damage against poison enemies up to 40% from the wrist and the waist. And the chest says that barehanded attacks, parrying and blocking have a high luck chance to deal bonus damage and poison enemies, lowering their power level. So basically what we want to do is punch everything around as you go, get them poisoned, and then maybe switch for the extra damage or for some runic attacks. And then you change target, you go again, you maybe switch for the blades, and as you move along, this would be the way to go. So for the amulet, by now you should have access to at least six slots from the amulet of Yggdrasil, and the best way to push our damage even further, especially when you are playing in Give Me God of War, you want to have that extra damage going on. Uh, so we are using the Svartalfheim's enchantment set. It's one of the few that you can uh, have a complete set at this point in time, and that is somehow useful. So this set increases the stun damage inflicted based on Kratos' defense. We only have 194 defense, but um, just by using your bare hands for attacks, your stun damage is already high because using bare hands by default does a lot of stun damage. So if you can bring that stun damage even further, you'll be stunning enemies as you go along quite quickly. And on the other hand, we also have the Venheim's set, which says increases Kratos' melee damage against status-afflicted enemies based on his luck. Now, we only have 89 luck at this point in time. It's not a lot, but what you have to keep in mind is that all of our enemies will be status-afflicted, because they'll be getting poison left, right, and center. So this will automatically boost your damage. For the weapons, we are using the Furious Maul just because we want as much strength as possible with this build. And the reason being, your bare hand attacks, the damage comes from your strength. So the higher the strength, the more damage each punch from your bare hand attacks will do. Also, as I explained before, if you get the enemy poisoned and then you switch for the X and you get the kill with the X, there's also a high luck chance to grant a gift of strength with any X kill. So if you, as I explained before, you are punching your enemies, they go down in health, and then you switch for the X to finish them off, you'll get that bonus quite a lot of times. So that is also something to keep in mind. For the blades, we are using the Deadly Obsidian handles, the reason being Again, it increases strength by default, and it also has a lower luck chance to grant rage burst on any blades kill. Now, this is not 100% something you want to do, but if you are just about to reach a boss fight and you want to bring your rage up to be prepared for that same boss fight, if you again use your bare hand attacks, poison the enemies, and then you switch to the blades for the kill, there's a low luck chance to get a rage burst. Again, keep in mind this is a low luck chance, and the Leviathan axe gives you a high luck chance. So it's more likely you will get the benefit from this one than you'll be getting it from the blades. For the shield, we are using the Dauntless Shield, again because we like to parry, and also it gives us a good boost on the cooldown, which can be useful for those runic attacks to be available again. For the shield, I'm using the Round of Purification, and the number one reason is because it increases the strength. And also, when you are afflicted yourself by frostburn, poison, or bifrost or burn, and you do the double tap L1 for the shield strikes, you will get cleanse of the status, and you will do that same status elemental damage to your enemies. So it can be useful if you get poisoned or frosted and you want to get rid of it quickly. All you have to do is double L1. For the rage, we are using Fury because at this point in time we don't have access to Wrath just yet. And for the relic, I'm using the Talisman of Mine just because it boosts the damage that you'll be doing with your fists. So that's also quite useful. I'm going to give you a demonstration of how the build performs as I move through the story. Just for you guys to see what you can expect when you are playing in God of War. Give me God of War difficulty.
You sure he was the right pick for this, brother?
I trust him. He speaks plain.
And yet so colorfully.
So let's move along. I know there are certain enemies right there.
There. We keep cooperating, maybe someday it'll be Asgard in flames.
That is not my goal.
Doesn't mean it's not your destiny.
Just getting these
What are you
items.
insinuating, Highness?
Not a thing.
Poor bugger. Why would he hide in here?
He feared something in these tunnels more than he feared starving.
Hardly seems rational.
Fear seldom is.
So, a tunnel for liquor and explosives. Little on the nose for dwarven culture, isn't it?
Ridiculing a culture you helped undermine. Classic Aesir.
Oh, all right. Try to burn that one. Nasty hit.
Ooh, I didn't see that guy there on the side.
That looks flammable. Well,
So there you go.
why it's an abandoned service tunnel.
As you can see, the damage you get is quite okay. It's not massive. You're not going to be killing enemies with 2 or 3 hits. But keep in mind, the number one reason for that is because this is in God of War. Give me God of War difficulty. Switch for the axe. For the finish, you see we got that gift of strength there popping because we switched for the axe. So that comes very handy if you are... At this point in time I had no more enemies to kill. But you can understand that if there were more enemies, that would be very, very helpful because you'll be putting out a bit more damage.
Another oil spill.
Oh, come on.
A fortuitous oil spill.
Let's just let the flames calm down. Get rid of those blades.
Right side.
Tap him right in the corner. Got some damage going. Now that he's stunned, we do the R3. Unfortunately, we didn't get that increase in the damage. But as you can see, we do get quite sufficient amount of damage going as it is. So if you do not get the damage bonus, don't panic. You will eventually get it when you need it. Ouch.
Incoming right side!
We are surrounded by too many enemies, so we want to get them down. Especially these guys with the shield. We want to get rid of the shield. There you go. They're gone.
Kratos! Please listen. You have to let me take Brock's place. He can't talk to the lady. He mustn't.
No. Do not ask again.
But... Oh dear.
Yeah, you better not ask again, brothers. Things are not gonna end nicely for you. Alright. Got some hack silver.
It's not his fault Atreus ran off here. Or are you just being Brock's champion?
There it is again. You're insinuating and you know it.
Can't the smartest man alive put it together? The giants conceal a mysterious figure who changes the fate of Ragnarok, and you're oblivious to the only rational candidate. The one who's fought wars against gods and won.
I am not their champion.
Well, we're each entitled to our opinion.
Make sure I don't burn myself alive. Don't really know why those plants were there, but, well. Fog of Filbo Winter. It's not one of my favorites. I don't think I ever even used it.
These gates seem to be connected. See if you can break that fog fixture.
Oh. Really? Come on, bro.
The sigil arrows should work with ice as well. It's open.
There you go. Whoa! Fighting the Fury, aren't you, brother? Get them poisoned, which automatically reduces their level. And then we'll do some heavy, some runic attacks with the axe. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, I didn't see that one coming. Get back to the fist, just in case. Get a little bit of rage, if we can. Anyway, let's finish the video here. I think this leaves a pretty good idea of how the build works. Please consider subscribing if you haven't just yet. And this is Kadima saying goodbye. I hope I see you guys in the next one. Cheerio!